Ever wondered how the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 reshaped the global market? Imagine a world where the curtain of communism lifted, opening the doors for capitalism and new opportunities. This monumental event didn't just impact Eastern Europe, it set off a chain reaction that transformed economies, trade, and global relations. Let's dive into the fascinating changes that emerged from the fall of the Soviet Union and how they influenced the world economy. 1. The rise of capitalism in Eastern Europe. Our journey begins in Eastern Europe, where the collapse of the Soviet Union marked the end of decades of strict communist rule. As the Iron Curtain fell, countries like Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic embraced capitalism, throwing open the gates to a market economy. This shift allowed for private businesses to flourish, and soon, vibrant markets began to emerge. What was the real economic impact of this transition? It sparked economic growth and attracted foreign investment, transforming former communist states into dynamic markets. New opportunities arose as entrepreneurs began to start businesses, and international companies sought to invest in these newly liberated markets. Small shops and larger corporations alike began to fill the gaps left by the state, leading to job creation and improved living standards. Take Poland, for example, where the shift from communism led to a dramatic increase in small businesses. Street vendors began selling everything from fresh produce to handmade crafts, and a robust service sector developed, offering everything from dining options to entertainment. This economic revitalization extended beyond urban centers, with rural areas also benefiting from new markets and opportunities. From the ashes of communism to booming markets, the true wealth lay in embracing new economic freedoms. The effects of these changes weren't just limited to individual countries. The wave of privatization spread throughout the region, promoting trade relationships and economic collaboration among former Soviet states and Western nations. This helped integrate Eastern Europe into the global economy, leading to new trade agreements and partnerships that opened doors to international markets. As countries transitioned to capitalism, they began diversifying their economies. They embraced sectors like technology, tourism, and agriculture, which laid the groundwork for long-term growth. Nations like the Czech Republic transformed their economies, becoming known for their manufacturing and technology exports, fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. The fall of the Soviet Union wasn't just a political shift. It was the birth of new economic opportunities across the region. 2. The globalization of markets. Next, we explore how the fall of the Soviet Union triggered a wave of globalization. With new markets emerging in Eastern Europe, businesses worldwide recognized the potential for growth. Countries began to open up their economies, leading to increased trade and investment across borders. How did this new openness impact global markets? It created a surge in international trade, with goods and services flowing more freely between nations. The end of the Soviet Union marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of the global market. Companies from the West started to invest heavily in Eastern Europe, seeking to tap into a new consumer base. This influx of foreign capital not only fueled local economies but also changed the dynamics of global trade. Manufacturers found new opportunities in these emerging markets. For example, Western companies began setting up factories in Eastern Europe, attracted by lower labor costs and the prospect of reaching new customers. The automobile industry saw significant changes, with companies like Volkswagen and General Motors establishing plants in countries like Slovakia and Poland, significantly boosting local employment and production capacities. From a divided world to interconnected markets, globalization flourished in the wake of the Soviet collapse. As new trade agreements emerged, countries began to rely on one another for resources, technology, and expertise. This interdependence laid the foundation for a more integrated global economy, where shifts in one region could influence markets around the world. The establishment of organizations like the World Trade Organization, WTO, played a crucial role in promoting free trade, reducing barriers, and facilitating negotiations among countries. The newly formed trading blocs, like the European Union, created stronger economic ties among member states, further enhancing global trade. This global integration also prompted technological advancements, with the rise of the internet revolutionizing commerce. E-commerce platforms began to thrive, enabling businesses to reach customers across the globe, which transformed how trade was conducted. The fall of the Soviet Union transformed the world into a marketplace where nations became partners rather than adversaries. 3. The birth of new economies. Our final stop looks at how the collapse of the Soviet Union led to the emergence of new economies and financial systems. Many former Soviet states initially struggled, facing economic challenges as they transitioned to capitalism. However, over time, these nations began to stabilize and thrive, reshaping their economic landscapes. What were the long-term effects on emerging economies? They established new currencies, banking systems, and economic policies that supported growth. Countries like Russia, Ukraine, and the Baltic states worked diligently to build market economies, creating frameworks for investment and trade. As these nations embraced economic reforms, they attracted foreign businesses and investors, leading to growth and modernization. In Russia, the transformation was significant as the country transitioned from a command economy to a market-based one. The privatization of state-owned enterprises allowed new businesses to emerge, and oligarchs began to rise, amassing wealth in various sectors, from oil to technology. This shift created a class of wealthy entrepreneurs who played crucial roles in shaping the new Russian economy. From struggling economies to emerging markets, the fall of the Soviet Union opened the door for new possibilities. The changes didn't stop there. The economic changes initiated by the fall of the Soviet Union had ripple effects across the globe, influencing financial markets and investment strategies. New opportunities in Eastern Europe led to diversification of global portfolios and increased interest in emerging markets. The establishment of stock exchanges in these countries allowed investors to participate in the growth of new companies. For example, the Moscow Exchange became a key player in the global financial landscape, attracting investment from around the world. The emergence of venture capital and private equity firms further fueled the growth of startups and innovative businesses. The end of the Soviet era was just the beginning of a new chapter in global finance. The broader impact on the global market. Although the fall of the Soviet Union brought challenges for many, it ultimately paved the way for progress. The shift from communism to capitalism, the rise of globalization, and the emergence of new economies all contributed to reshaping the global market landscape. How did the collapse influence long-term economic trends? It set the stage for a more interconnected world, creating lasting impacts on trade and investment. The true legacy of the Soviet Union's fall was the creation of a more complex and dynamic global market. Regions that once operated in isolation became integral parts of a worldwide economy, fostering innovation and growth. The knowledge and expertise gained from navigating these new markets enhanced global collaboration, leading to breakthroughs in various fields. As globalization continued to evolve, issues such as supply chain management and international regulations gained importance. Countries learned to adapt to new challenges, such as fluctuating currencies and trade tariffs, which became crucial aspects of the global economy. The integration of economies also led to cultural exchanges, as countries learned from each other and adapted successful practices. This cross-pollination of ideas contributed to advancements in technology, healthcare, and education, benefiting societies worldwide, from regional changes to worldwide shifts. The fall of the Soviet Union changed how the world does business. And that's the story of how the fall of the Soviet Union changed the global market, affecting not just nations, but individuals and businesses everywhere. If you enjoyed this exploration of history and economics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more intriguing stories, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep discovering with us, and thanks for watching.